This is Hannah Klein. Welcome to my podcast, Hannah Klein's Time. So before starting my podcast, please listen, to my podcast, of course. Download my podcast. And also, please visit my homepage, okay? I have been writing blogs, and also there are episodes that you can listen to. So please, okay, please visit my homepage. It's officialhannahklein.com. So I would like to start today's podcast. This is not a very pleasant topic to talk about, I have to say. But I don't know how many people you are aware, but there is a state media called NHK. I have to name it because they are causing a lot of problems. And this is not something that started out, okay? This has been going on for hundreds of years. They have been causing so many problems. They did cause problems during the war, of course, and they got away with all the guilt. The public went crazy over what they did, meaning they were driven by what the state media said. I don't. It's very sad, but people need. Well, the Japanese people need to be aware that they are also driven by the propaganda initiated by Hamas. I don't know if it's it's not because I don't know, but a lot of people say I don't know about the war in Israel, but they would say, oh, the Palestinians are killed. Yeah, that's the common answer that you listen to when you talk to the Japanese. But anyway, there were twins, Miriam and Eva, who were the victims of experiments against their bodies, I have to say. They did a lot of experiments over them, and their bodies were physically damaged. They said that, Miriam said, in 1993, that they would forgive Nazi because we cannot blame people over and over. I heard what she said exactly, and it is not exactly what NHK explanation meant. And also, it's very strange now. I know what they're doing. They say they bring out the Israelis or the Jewish people and say they say something like this. I'm right on Israel doing massacres over the Palestinians. And they never talk about the victims of the music festival, how much terrible it was. I just have to say, it is not just the Japanese public, but the core problem is the Japanese media, which never inform people of what happened. I am just appalled at what they do, but they are like that all the time. And okay, uh, there's an Italian writer who commits suicide. He wrote about the concentration camp, and he commits suicide in 1982. And NHK says they know the reason, okay? They're not supposed to know the reason, okay? They say that uh, Israel invaded Lebanon in 1982, and uh, Israel surrounded Palestinian camp and massacred militia. Do you know who the militia are? That's PLO. Come on. PLO commit a number of terrorism in the Middle East. And Lebanon, sadly, is the training center of PLO. And the Japanese army, Red Army, trained a number of terrorists in Lebanon in the 1970s. And so, like, I mean, it's ridiculous to say it. It's ridiculous to call militia because we know who they are, okay? NHK cannot lie about this, but they do all the time. The entire time they lie to the public like this. And they read out Gaza Health Ministry. Okay, who is Gaza Health Ministry? Gaza Health Ministry is Hamas. Okay? And just the Japanese public believe, oh, Gaza has a government. And they have a militia. And that's a resistance. Okay? This is a ridiculous story that NHK has made up. And the problem is that they read out and they choose some of the real stories. For example, about Miriam and Eva. I mean, they were the victims, of course. But what do they know about them? Okay? They say, like, for example, they were wearing blue. Clothes, and they connect that to Israel, blaming Israel. I mean, what kind of reason and what kind of fact is there? Where? There is no such fact as this, okay? And to forgive and forget, like, is well, that's the expression that, came out of the Israeli media. Fine. That's Jerusalem Post, of course. They picked out from Jerusalem Post. But it's just ridiculous what they are doing. And it's not against the Israeli people, but it's ridiculous against the Japanese people. They're making the Japanese public crazy. And I'm sorry, but this propaganda or the story that like a TV station like NHK makes up. Okay, I cannot play any of what they have said, but they use the line of people and they make up stories according to their convenience. I don't have words over this, but they keep doing this all the time. And they really like to blame Israel That's anti-Semitism. Okay? And they praised Hezbollah in 2024, I guess. I mean, what kind of media is that? You know what? That's Al Jazeera. And I don't know what to say, but they are praising some kind of terrorists all the time. Houthis, for example. Like Yemenis are under like going through hunger. Well, of course they are, because Houthis are taking the food from them. The UN doesn't do anything about it. And regarding Lebanon, I have no words. I mean, what does it mean by militia? Militia is PLO, okay? This is a terrible organization that commit a number of terrorist attacks against the West, okay? They hate the democracy. They hate freedom. They are Soviet-trained propaganda machine at the same time. So, NHK praises that, right? NHK praises PLO. PLO as the people who protected the Palestinians. No. This war, Israel, IDF, 2023. Okay, after the music festival, they spread brochures towards the Palestinians. They dropped they gave WhatsApp or whatever messenger. They gave messages through messengers. They did a lot of things to the civilians. And I am actually surprised at what they were doing, but they did all this. And they evacuated so many people. They evacuated many people from the combat zone. And the Telegraph published an article saying that Gaza Health Ministry turned out to be lying about the number of victims. And what NHK did, they did nothing. They did not correct the number. They just went on and said, oh, Palestinians are being bombed. You know what? I have to say this. NHK takes away the copyright of people for just speaking. Okay? I have my speech. I wrote myself. It's my story. But once I read in a certain circumstances, they took away my copyright. And they say, I have my copyright. That's NHK. Okay? I'm not even interested in just being on NHK because that's what they are, really. I mean, it's a terrible organization. They take away people's copyright that way. And that's how they do it. Proceed speech contest. They take away, they think it's okay. They think it's legal. Okay? I don't understand, but I don't believe that in this matter, at this level, human rights are not honored in Japan for some reason. I mean, the people who wrote the speech, the story, they cannot have the right to hold the copyright at the same time. That's a ridiculous story, okay? But they do it because it's legal, and they say it. They call it legal. So uh, it's a mob organization to me. And they say, like, we can charge this much money from people for holding a cell phone or a computer or a TV, and we're going to check it regularly. I mean, how come? Okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, I pay, of course, and that's why I can complain. But regarding your content, it's garbage. Okay, it's garbage, but I have to watch it every day, and because of how much garbage that is, and I just do not know what to say. But regarding the content of what was said and the butterfly effect, which is a documentary of the Holocaust on Monday. Monday is 16th, 15th. I think it's 14th, right? Monday 14th. I mean, if you understand Japanese and if you have NHK Plus, the app, you can watch the whole documentary. Watch it. Okay? This is full of bias, and I just do not understand why this is allowed in Japan. This is anti-Semitism, this is anti-Zionism, this is anti-Israel. They do not wish to whatever. They think they want to call not Netanyahu, first of all, illegitimate. That's what they want to call. And another thing is that they want to call the settlers, Israeli, the settlers. They want to call the Israel the occupiers, and they want to call Israel. They want to accuse Israel of massacres. Okay, that did not happen, or does not happen, or is not happening, and they make up stories, and that's how they attract people's attention. How sad that is. But anyway, I would like to end my podcast here, and I just do not know what NHK is about. Well, I know what NHK is about, but I just have no words over what they are doing. I mean, and it's in the it's kind of evening in Israel, and it's in the morning in the United States. I hope you have good day and good night.